grief doesn't always come dressed in tears. Sometimes, it arrives as silence, as a hollow emptiness where love once lived. That's what I felt when I got the call. Not sorrow, not devastation, but a cold, numb calm that surprised even me. It was her sister who rang. Her voice cracked as she whispered, "Daniel, it's Claire. She's gone. There was an accident. She passed away." For a moment, I didn't understand. My wife, the woman I had built my life around, was gone? I leaned against the wall, waiting for the wave of grief to crash over me. But it didn't. Because her sister's next words explained everything. "She wasn't alone," she added softly. She was with someone else. She died in his arms. Her lover. The truth cut deeper than death itself. She hadn't just left this world. She had left me long before that night. The woman I once thought was mine, the woman who wore my ring and promised me forever, had taken her last breath in another man's embrace. People expected me to break, to scream, to sob, to crumble. But all I felt was clarity. I had suspected her betrayal for months. Late nights, secretive phone calls, the faint smell of cologne that wasn't mine. I had asked, pleaded, demanded the truth. She always denied it, her lies polished and practiced. And now, fate had handed me the cruel confirmation. Too late for confrontation, but just in time for liberation. Days later, her family reached out, asking me to help with funeral arrangements. "She was your wife," her mother insisted, tears streaking her cheeks. "You should be there. You should say goodbye." But what goodbye was left for me to give? To stand over a coffin, pretending to mourn a woman who had already buried our marriage in lies? To deliver eulogies about love and devotion, knowing she spent her final moments proving I never truly had her? No. I couldn't do it. "I won't be there," I said firmly. Her family gasped. "What do you mean you won't be there? She was your wife." I looked them in the eyes, unflinching. "No. She stopped being my wife the day she gave herself to another man. She died in his arms. Let him grieve her. Let him carry that burden. My part in her story ended long before she passed." They called me heartless, cold, cruel. But none of them carried the weight of betrayal that I did. None of them knew what it felt like to share a home, a bed, a life with someone who had already given her heart elsewhere. When the day of the funeral arrived, I didn't wear black. I didn't stand among the mourners. I didn't listen to hymns or speeches. I didn't let myself be dragged into the charade of pretending. Instead, I packed a small bag, got in my car, and drove until the city disappeared in the rearview mirror. I stopped at a quiet lake 2 towns over. Sat on the dock as the sun dipped below the horizon, the water shimmering with fading light. That's where I finally let myself breathe. Not cry, not rage, just breathe. And in that moment, I realized something. Her death wasn't my ending. It was my release. The woman who betrayed me had taken her secrets to the grave. She couldn't hurt me anymore. And I didn't owe her my grief, my presence, or my forgiveness. The world would remember her however it chose, as a daughter, a sister, a friend, maybe even as a wife. But in my story, she became a cautionary tale. A reminder that love without loyalty is nothing but an illusion. So I walked away. From the funeral. From the past. From her. Claire passed away in her lover's arms. And I refused to mourn a woman who had already abandoned me. That was her choice. This was mine. Forever, I walked away.